Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nerdvana podcast. I'm your
Welcome,
host
welcome.
Gianni.
I'm your host
Here with
Terrell.
yeah, and today, this is a new venture. This is the first one,
The first
first
one
episode.
in a long,
Yeah,
long journey.
yeah. Honestly, like it's weird because we've done a podcast before and it was all audio. Now we're
A
doing
lifetime
video.
ago.
Yeah, yeah. It's like 2 years ago now. But we're doing video and audio now, so it's a new thing. You get to like see our little sets we got set up here.
Our
I'm
beautiful
here.
faces.
Yeah, I'm here at my house. He's at his house. We usually record at your house, but
Uh,
now it's like
in the
it's
in the past one, the one we shall not talk about.
yeah, it's so weird and it's so weird being far from you now because it's like I'm usually like looking right at you.
I know, fucking face to face. This is a new thing, but this opens up way more possibilities for guests and all sorts of things.
Because honestly, like half the people that we know that are into the shit we're into don't even live in our state.
Not
So it's
even,
like
yeah.
yeah, so
So it's
it's
gonna
like
be a lot
we
of
yeah we
interesting
can it'll
folks we can get.
yeah definitely. But yeah, basically the Nirvana podcast. We want this to be about nerd shit. We want this to be about stuff that we're into.
Movies, TV
Uh,
shows, anything, even
yeah,
drama, like anything
yeah.
entertaining we want to talk about and, that you guys know about.
I mean, the whole thing is like, you could be a nerd about anything. So it's like, anime, manga, books, TV shows. But
Yeah,
speaking
pretty
of TV
much.
shows, we
TV
watch,
shows, oh
we
my
we
God.
finally, yeah, I feel like we're a little bit late, but better late
Yeah,
than
a
never.
couple fucking weeks late, but I mean, yeah, better late than never. We
I mean,
finally
yeah,
watched the Fallout show, the Fallout TV
yeah,
show.
they cooked.
They
It's pretty
cooked.
good.
It is like
Yeah,
it's a Last of Us on it's on some Last of Us TV show level good. It's crazy how well they what you call it? They adapted it. It's really good.
yeah. Honestly, like for me, The Last of Us, I knew was gonna be good because I knew it was gonna be really close to the game, and the game's already like 10 out of 10. So how bad can you fuck it up, right?
True, true.
But Fallout's like an original story, so like it's like I'm genuinely shocked at how good they pulled it off.
They like with me before the show, I only played four and I didn't finish four, but I pretty much know everything about the story and all. So I was always a Skyrim person, so I'm fairly new to this Fallout shit. I just started three, modded that shit. It's fucking phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of
Three is like
it's real.
that's
It's crazy how it took me this long to get into the hype
Fallout
of
3 is my
Fallout.
childhood. Like when
Yeah,
any like quiz is like, what's your favorite childhood game? Like security question, it's always Fallout 3.
it's so good.
Don't steal that by the way. But yeah, it's Fallout. It's Fallout 3. Like I played that game probably like 10
I mean, I'm
times.
planning on playing on New Vegas, definitely.
That's
But
the one that everyone says is like
everyone says it,
elite.
so yeah.
Yeah. I gave that one a few tries. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another try. Fallout 4 though, I've been playing a lot of that ever since watching the show.
Yeah. But
I
this show is like really good. It
yeah,
is kind of crazy how there it's what three main characters?
yeah, three
Uh
stories essentially.
Lucy, Cooper, and Maximus?
Maximus, yeah, or the
Yeah.
Ghoul as they just call
Oh
him
yeah,
in
the
the show,
ghoul,
the
yeah,
Ghoul.
the ghoul.
But we know who he is, yeah, because
Yeah.
it gives it opens up with him.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
he's
I don't
yeah, it's cool.
honestly like I don't want to spoil too much of the show because I feel like they should just go out and watch it. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
eight
yeah, yeah.
episodes.
It's
It's
all
really
out
good.
now. It's all out, 8 episodes. Most of them are like 40 minutes. You can get through it in a day, but we got it through it in two sittings.
Two sittings,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's good. I mean, got a fucking Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 93. I mean, I
Which
don't.
is funny because like I'm not gonna call anybody out here because I don't want to be that person, but there's a few people that I've looked at and some people have rated it fairly averagely, and some people have said like the same thing we're saying, like it's amazing.
Yeah.
I understand both points of views, but listen. It's like any video game adaptation of a show, right? It's like if you like the game, you're gonna like the show. If you don't like the game that much, I mean, like, or if you don't know
I
about
don't
the game,
know.
I feel like it still works
I
in
know
this
that even
situation.
like yeah, even with it not even with you not knowing the game, the show was a good show. Like I don't understand the like people saying it's mid and shit. I don't understand that. It's like a really good. The amount of practical effects they put in this show is amazing.
I was shocked.
The whole armor suit's
Yeah.
practical. It's literally a walking suit. You see the behind the scenes set photos. They're literally just walking around in them. So it's like
They've
very
got a
well
few
made.
like monsters in it too. Obviously, they don't have like a death claw. Spoiler alert, but
Yeah.
everyone's like, is the death claw? It's like the iconic
It's
fucking
gonna,
monster in Fallout.
yeah, it's gonna
Season
be
two, they'll have
season
the
two.
budget. I mean,
Yeah.
it got greenlit already for season two.
I mean, I'm
So
pretty sure
like,
season one's budget was already like out the ass. It's
yeah,
was it Amazon Prime? They did fucking Lord of the
yeah,
Rings, and the Lord of the Rings show is the most expensive show ever made.
and it's
Apparently,
ass.
yeah,
It's
I've
ass.
never even
Yeah.
watched it. I'm good
Yeah,
on that,
everything I've heard is. I mean, if you hear something's asked by like 90 fucking people, you're not gonna watch it. It's just yeah. Fallout though
bro. It had
is
$153 million budget.
this season.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean to be
god
okay. So we should
damn.
listen. The cast itself is two relative. Maximus, who's the Brotherhood of Steel
He's the
character,
newest guy.
he's like by far like this is like his first big thing.
Him and his
And he,
little sidekick,
yeah,
but
yeah. But they killed it.
yeah, they
He killed
definitely
it.
killed it. He killed it.
The main character, the Vault Dweller, the person that's in the vault, Lucy.
Lucy,
She's
played
been in a
by
few roles.
who?
I don't know. We should
Uh,
know this. Bear with us. But she's been in some other stuff. She's been in movies before.
She's in.
And
She
then-
was in the Yellow Jackets TV show. She was really good in that. She was really good in that.
And obviously, my boy Cooper. He's played by Here, let me find him. 'Cause he's in all the way.
Goggins.
Yeah, he's in law. What's it called?
He's in a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies. He's in Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
One of his
Yeah, he's
best
in-
roles. That role was like
Yeah. That one.
Django. Justified as a TV show. I guess.
Justified.
Yeah,
That's his
a
best.
TV
That's
show.
that's the show that he's a main character on.
Oh,
Him
okay.
and the yeah, he's a main character on that show.
All right.
They
Is
even
that a
got
lot
the guy
of TV
from,
shows? Yeah.
They got the guy from fucking Hannah Montana in there as the brother character.
Oh,
the
yeah,
little,
yeah,
the little one.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
from Hannah Montana. Like they got
His brother
it's
is
like-
actually the Theo, the music artist. That's his brother.
really. I did not know
They're
that.
brothers. They're friends with like
crazy.
Jaden Smith and shit. But yeah, his character, what's his name? Norm. That is
Yeah.
Lucy's brother, and his character is pretty much he stays in the main vault throughout the entirety of the season, and his shit is like a mystery shit. It's kind of fucking dope. I fucked with it like from the very start. He's one of my
I mean,
favorite
technically,
characters.
yeah, that means like technically there's 4 plots going on at once, but they do
yeah.
converge. They do converge. Like the 3 main characters do converge pretty frequently.
Yeah.
The ghoul and the woman, they meet up, and everyone else eventually meets up. But honestly, though, as I was watching this, it reminded me of something that I see in your case there. It reminded me a lot of fucking Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Reminded me. Listen. Just hear me out. You've got the female lead, who's new to everything.
Lucy.
You've got the Ray. You've got the military character who low key is trying to get free from his military fucking shit.
That's
Finn.
true.
And then you got
Maximus.
a wild card who's like, to me, was my favorite character, even though he does the most fucked up shit in the show,
I mean, he's the most Fallout character.
easily.
Yeah.
Which is
The
kind of
ghoul.
like Poe, kind of.
Yeah, Dugul and Poe.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For me, okay, but that's a bit of a stretch. But for me, like Lucy and Maximus, you can clearly draw a comparison between Ray and Finn.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it because one's a white girl, one's a black guy. I'm saying it because the way their characters. I mean, I had to be honest, but
Okay.
the way their characters are written and the way that the show wants you to feel about them, I feel like is what Star Wars desperately wanted with Finn and Ray, and I feel like they had it in the first movie, but they fumbled the bag as the movies went on.
I mean, it's clear. It's all about consistent writing. That's what Disney fucking fumbled about that. Oh my god, don't even get a story on Star Wars and what that happened.
Yeah,
That's
but
for another
but
day.
eight episodes of a one season, one season. To me, there's still more to be felt with their arcs, but they
yeah.
definitely where they started and where they ended up is I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how their characters developed. Cooper kind of stays consistent. The ghoul, he's probably the most consistent throughout the entire show.
He is
But
definitely.
he's also been the most exposed to the world, I guess you could say.
I like. They just left me. The show just left me wanting more. I really wish I could see more of Cooper. Like, but
I mean,
like,
to me, isn't that what fucking shows are supposed to do?
that's the point. Yeah, it is.
I will say this: some of the complaints I heard about this show, I don't think people know how shows work. I feel like season 1 of TV shows
Are there any
set
you could
everything up.
Say it, or like
no.
or like people saying the show blueballed them, like it's just teasing and not really showing.
Well, I mean,
like,
some
what-
things I've seen is like questions are left unanswered, this and that, and like stuff isn't fully developed. But to me, it's like that's season 1 of any show. Watch any season 1 of any show.
Obviously.
It's gonna set stuff up for season 2s and 3s and 4s, or I feel like The Boys season 5 got greenlit, but anyway,
The
uh,
Boys. Oh my god, yeah.
yeah, I mean that show's
Forgot.
coming out.
When is that coming
Uh,
out?
I don't know, but see, we're gonna definitely be talking about that season 4 of The Boys.
100%. It is already out.
No way. You know what's crazy? I don't want to jump all over the fucking place here, but
Hmm.
we love video games. One of my most hyped games since like 2020 is Hellblade 2,
Oh yeah.
Senua's Saga, and that has like the worst marketing because it comes out next week and nobody's talking about it. It's the Xbox's like one last exclusive that
Yeah,
they have.
that's very odd. Why haven't they talked about it? Like the game is coming out because I remember what in one of the last ever E3s they showed the trailer for it, and that trailer went fucking stupid. I recommend anyone to watch the trailer, even if you haven't played the first game. It doesn't spoil anything. It's just like the visuals, the songs, the fucking band they play. Oh, it's fucking haunting.
Yeah,
It's
but
amazing.
there's literally there's gameplay already out.
There is. I haven't
There's
even. That's crazy. I need to look that
To
shit up.
me, it looks like they're mixing real life. Well, they did that with the first one,
Yeah, yeah, they
real
definitely did.
acting
Yeah.
and motion capture.
I mean, the
But
girl
yeah,
is literally exactly how the actress looks like
yeah.
literally.
Um,
What's the second one called?
Sinuous Saga, I think, is what it's called.
All right,
Hmm.
but
But yeah, I mean, like that in and of itself is like my most hyped game of the year, and I didn't even know it was coming out next week. Like they,
Xbox, like it's clear the console war genuinely killed them. Like you saw, what's his name? Todd? Is it Todd Phillips?
yeah,
Yeah, Todd. My guy, he gave up. He literally said, "Listen, guys, PlayStation's better than us. All right, we need to go to live service. We're thinking about actually think there. What's it? Xbox Pass. They're want to put more effort into the Xbox
Game
Pass,
Pass,
yeah, the
yeah,
Game
Game
Pass
Pass,
and
yeah.
services than actually game developing. Like they literally just said, "All right, yeah, we done." It is
But
crazy, bro.
the flip side of that, PlayStation 5 is kind of like nerfing itself because they're also saying PlayStation 5 is in like the latter stage of the cycle. They're not developing any more PlayStation 5 exclusives, which
Don't
bums
even,
me the fuck
my
out.
guy, that
Which
doesn't
bums
even
me
make
out.
sense, bro. Like PlayStation 5, even the whatever it was, it's Xbox Series XX whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like these feel like the most forgotten generation because all PlayStation 5 had was really remakes more than anything, right?
That's what I'll say what killed it for me. The COVID. COVID killed it. COVID pretty much fucked up the release of this game consoles. Also, scalpers to me ultimately ruined this generation of consoles. To find a fucking PlayStation 5 was like you had to know someone who knew someone that knew someone. Like that should never be the case with game consoles. It should be easy. You should be able to go to a store, it should be there, and you should buy it.
Ah,
That's
man.
literally it. It was never like that ever. You
Scalpers
had to
genuinely ruin everything. Like it's a fucking sickness. It spreads through everything. Thrifting, shoot. It started in the sneaker.
shoes.
It started in the sneaker
Yes,
community. They spawned that shit. I don't, and it just leak. It's leaking everywhere now.
it got to
Funko
graphics
Pops,
cards. Remember the
graphics
graphics
cards.
cards?
Oh my god, the
Yeah.
graphics cards. Like,
Remember a graphics card being like $1,000 for like a fucking
300.
RTX,
Yeah,
like
like
yeah, like barely anything like good.
a
The fucking
30,
$300
fucking
was like
40.
yeah, was like $1,000, which is like ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, I mean, to me, that's like I don't know, man. That's just human nature. People just want to like if there's a way to abuse it, they do. As
It's no,
simple as
it's
that.
capitalism. Yeah, if there's a way to earn money, we shall fucking exploit it.
Because at the end of the day, companies aren't gonna say, "Oh, you can't buy these." They're not
Mm-mm.
gonna stand by morals. They're gonna fucking take the money, which is what Sony did for a very, very long
Yeah, either
time.
way, Sony gets money. It
Yeah,
gets the
either
money.
way. And also, like their production was also like really slow, but they even said that before the consoles even launched because of COVID. That's what I'm saying. COVID mixed with scalpers to me killed this generation of consoles.
I mean, at the same time, let's be real here. You could have gotten like I saw Xbox the whatever Xbox came out with the PS5. I saw that in stores within a few months. PlayStation 5 weren't in stores for like a solid year or two.
Yeah,
So
but that's like
I
PlayStation
think,
5 though.
but I
It's
think
way better.
that's the thing though. But I think PlayStation was figuring, oh, it's gonna be an even race. They didn't. I don't think PlayStation actually thought about how bad they were going to fucking outsell Xbox, and they were surprised on how
Oh, they
Xbox
didn't just outsell.
fumbled.
They killed them.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
killed
yeah.
them.
Exactly.
It's like this fucking scene in Goodfellas. They fucking pulled up with the fucking army of fucking machine guns and just machine gunned them all.
It's
Like
an evil
it's
world we
done.
live in.
Whatever. I mean, I've always been Team Sony. I've never been Team Xbox.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But this is like an Xbox exclusive, but it's Microsoft exclusive, so I'll get it on PC. Hellblade 2 looks to be really fucking good. You need to play the first one.
I need to finish it. I started it, never finished it. But yeah.
Yeah, the first one to me is like one of the most unique game experiences you'll ever have. It's old. I think it's like 2014, 2015. But I tell you right now, like it doesn't feel old. The graphics still hold up, and it's one of the most unique gameplay experiences you'll ever have, easily.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I've never
Wear
played a game like that
headphones.
before.
It will trip you the fuck out just because the main character has schizophrenia.
It's a very
Has
haunting game.
Yeah, she has schizophrenia, voices in her head. I feel like there's an actual term for what she has, but yeah,
I'm pretty
voices
sure
in her
it's
head
schizophrenia.
and yeah, schizophrenia and like the voice acting and shit is. I mean, it's gonna be in this game too. There's a narrator. There's her. Like I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Can't even imagine. Again,
Games?
I need to watch the gameplay. I guess it released 5 months ago. Never even heard the announcement or nothing. It's under a
Yeah.
million views too.
That's Microsoft for you. They're not promoting any. They're not a game company anymore. They're not.
Yeah, they really are just a service company.
Xbox isn't even a game console. It's an entertainment system. It's not even a real thing. Yeah, I mean at this point, let's just call it what it is. I don't want to
Fucking Hulu, Netflix thing,
Yeah.
device.
If you want a Roku that can play
Roku,
video
yeah.
games, Xbox Series X will do it for you.
That
But
ass.
other games this year have been kind of like hit or miss for me. Like games this year kind of haven't been that wild. There have been some major fucking flops. Suicide Squad to me was like easily the worst one.
I mean, I could have told you that about a couple months ahead, but we played it. We played the Suicide Squad for about how long?
Yeah, we gave it a fair
Six-
shot. I feel like
six,
we
7
played,
hours.
Yeah, we gave it a fair shot. I don't think we just but it's ass.
It's bad.
But
It's
it's so
insultingly
funny.
bad.
To me, what's hilarious about this year is the year of live service is becoming more of like a thing now in games.
But why is it like? Why is a $70 game a live service game?
And we'll get
Make fucking sense
exactly.
to me.
And
Ugh.
they were sold on it being a live service game, even though Avengers show that doesn't fucking work in today's market.
Avengers.
But
Oh my god.
but it didn't work. But then literally 2 weeks later, Helldivers 2 comes out.
Oh.
And that's how you do a live service game. It's $30 and it's amazing. Like I've never seen a game come out the gates this fucking hot in a long time. They had
Such
to
a
upgrade.
small developer too.
They had to upgrade there's fucking servers because there's just too many players playing the game. The
Well,
servers couldn't handle it.
I mean, name anyone who knew or played Helldivers 1. They were a little company. This game came out of nowhere. It is crazy how fun it is. I got a couple hours on that shit. It's really fun.
Yeah, for me, it's like the simplest thing of like it reminds you video games are meant to just be fun. Like it's a PvE.
It's very gamey, yeah. Very
It's a
gamey
PvE game. It's you and it's you and 3 other players against a bunch of But again, it's a fun, challenging game. It's not even easy. It's hard. It gets fucking crazy.
It's
But the
also
fact that-
very community heavy.
Yeah, and what's crazy to me is like, this is the funny part. It was a PlayStation exclusive and
Yeah.
PC exclusive, and Xbox fans were like going crazy, like the Halo memes, like, "Oh, we're ready!" Like,
We're ready,
just hit us
guys.
up.
Come on,
we're ready,
please,
guys, because
please.
we're losing the fight in fucking what is it called Malavin Creek or some shit against the
Maladon
robots.
Creek, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like to me, like I've never seen this shit in video games. Like a whole, there was no console wars. It's like it's
Yeah,
democracy.
everyone wanted to play it, exactly.
The fight for democracy is all that matters.
Democracy manifest.
It's very Starship Troopers. If you've seen
Yeah,
Starship
it
Troopers,
is. It is.
Yeah,
It's
essentially
very
self-aware.
self-aware.
Of its like satire / low key comedy, but
very
bodies are
poking
getting-
fun. Poking fun at the military. Military
essentially.
systems and all what the military.
you're
does.
literally fucking
Yeah.
shooting a machine gun at a bug that's like the size of a fucking house, and your character's just screaming, "Free!"
for democracy.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
it's mindless fun. That's been a great game this year. I mean, besides that, I mean, I could look up fucking 2024 games.
Yeah, I'm
but
looking
hasn't
at it
really-
right now. Dragon's Dogma 2 is a game.
I haven't
been-
I haven't
I haven't
I
played it
haven't
yet
gotten into
either.
that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten
Yeah.
into it yet, but it's from what I'm hearing, it's good. Another big flop that's coming up is Star Wars
How do you know
Outlet
it's gonna be a flop,
Outlaws.
Terrell? How do you know?
It's
Tell
Ubisoft.
tell tell.
Ubisoft.
Strike one.
Ubisoft. Did I mention it was Ubisoft? It's
Ubisoft.
it's
Because
like
because
that's
because
all it
Ubisoft
is.
already released a great game this year. Haven't you heard of it? It's already half off. Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. Yes, the
So
first ever was it not triple A quad game. It was
yeah,
like
quadruple A game is what they were
quadruple
called.
A game. The very first ever quadruple A game plays like a goddamn Xbox 360 game, bro. It's
It
fucking
is legit.
crazy,
If
bro.
you've played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it's just that but worse.
Like take away 90% of the fun of Black Flag. That's what Skull and
Listen,
Bones is.
if you want a fun pirate game, Sea of Thieves, I know it came out shit. It has gone through hundreds of updates. It's a decent pirate game. It's not
It's
for
yeah, it's a
me,
dedicated community.
but if you want a pirate game, just play fucking Sea of Thieves. Just
Yeah.
because this is not it. Skull and Bones, it came out literally like what 3 weeks ago, or not even no, like a month ago. It's already half off on PlayStation Store. Half off already. Like,
Half
at what
off is
point do you just
crazy.
surrender? Like, you're just yeah, half off. $35, you can play Skull and Bones. Like they know their game is shit.
Again,
The player
they're
count has dropped off completely. There's nobody playing this game.
Ubisoft is like it sucks because I genuinely love the Assassin's Creed fucking franchise, but Ubisoft is nowadays one of the worst when it comes to making games, but also working there. Have you heard about all the fucking sexual assault allegations and like the actual head of leaders actually getting arrested and actually being set on trial in France? Like
Doesn't
Ubisoft
shock me.
Montreal,
Didn't the
yeah,
head
it's
of
fucking
fucking
crazy.
didn't the head of Xbox get like caught with like porn in his fucking laptop or some crazy shit like that? It
It's
wasn't maybe.
I don't maybe
It
not
was,
Xbox allegedly, but I don't think I don't
I think it
think
was a
so.
different
Yeah,
company. I
yeah.
shouldn't say Xbox, but yeah, it's a game that all came out during COVID. Like
But yeah, so like that and with the combination of what's it our the Bethesda Star fuck what is it even called Starfield, like
yeah,
the
Starfield.
open like flying into space, flying to different planets. It really is just hopeless. Just play what's it No Man's Sky. Honestly,
To me,
just
it
play No
baffles
Man's
my
Sky.
mind though because we know in like X amount of years with mods, Starfield will be a playable game. But to me, like
No, the
the
modders
modern
they abandoned it.
really
Genuine modders say that you cannot save this game because it's so there's such nothing in the game. There's nothing to work with even in the game. Like they can't even craft it into something unique because there's nothing to work with. That is
to
how
me
bad it is.
it genuinely bothers me how these great game companies have fallen off a cliff.
Bethesda,
Like
oh my god,
but that we just raved
Bethesda.
about how great Fallout is, but
Fallout 3
Bethesda
is fucking phenomenal.
Fallout 4 was great. Skyrim was great, but Bethesda with Fallout 76 was a massive flop. Even though I guess it's good now, but again,
It's decent now, I'd say. I wouldn't
seven
even give
years
it.
later, like the
Yeah,
whole idea
nine.
of
Yeah,
video games of releasing a game and then fixing it with years and years of patches, like to me, like okay, does it work eventually? Yes. Is Cyberpunk 2077 a great game now? Yes, 100%.
it
But like
is.
to me, it doesn't excuse video game companies just releasing shit games and then saying, "Oh, we'll fix it later." Like to me,
But
it
that's
boggles. That's
what
modern
gaming
gaming
is now.
though.
Yeah, that is what it
That's
is. That is literally it's oh, we're releasing honestly this is practically an alpha, but you know, in the next year or two it's going to be finally playable, but that's also when we're going to announce the next one. So we're going to drop it now. It's like right like what's it? Star Wars Battlefront 2 peak it reached its peak and then it's the EA dropped it. Like it doesn't come out with any updates anymore. It's so sad. The amount of potential and they're not working or they haven't even announced the Battlefront 3 yet. So it's like and it's been how many years now? Damn near
remember
10
but
years.
here's what's funny though. They released Battlefront 1 and 2 the originals,
Yeah.
and those were shit.
Oh yeah, the rematch again. That was generally one of my most hyped. Looked for not even I can't even get hyped for games anymore. I was looking forward to it because I was gonna get it and we were gonna play. Was it
Com-
64 v 64 like back
yeah,
in the old
complete
days?
shit.
One of my
Complete shit.
fucking favorite ever Star Wars games ever because I had it also on my PSP. One of my probably most played childhood games ever. Complete dog shit. It was just a shitty port,
The
if
servers
that.
were shit.
Yeah,
Everything's ass. It reminds me of the GTA.
three right?
Yeah,
The Vice
three
City.
Liberties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
three Vice City and San Andreas. Like that whole thing.
Yeah,
Like the
that's
remastered. Like
they had a mobile phone game company port that. That's why it was
yeah,
the ass. Yeah, it's like again, it's like
modern
What
gaming
is
does
it,
take
bro?
advantage of your nostalgia a lot.
Yeah.
It definitely does prey on your nostalgia. I will say that. I mean,
I will say one
with
good remaster this year was Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider, the remastered of the first three games. I've been playing that. That shit is
yeah,
genuinely so fun. I
I didn't
play.
play it, but you were genuinely loving it. I remember I watched you play a bit of it, and you were legitimately
It's.
like,
I mean, I was always a fan of Tomb Raider. Obviously, it's Lara Croft. I played the remake, all three of them. Even though I'd say the third one is pretty fucking what ass. What's that?
"Oh, it's ass. Yeah, it's ass.
Was that?
One and two are
Yeah,
fine.
Road to are good. Three is just ass.
Rise of the Tomb Raider's fine. Shadow of the Tomb Raider's not good. It's a
No.
shit game.
But yeah, the original game it comes with you can switch between the original or a 96 look, or you can do the remastered look. I've been doing the remastered look, but yeah, it's a genuine fun game. It's literally just you're exploring, puzzle solving
You
tombs.
want to know why it's
You
fun,
know,
Terrell? It's a
Indiana
video
Jones.
game.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
video game. It's so funny. It baffles me because listen, I've been replaying the Crisis trilogy.
yeah.
It baffles me how video games are fun. Like, and why games now they try to be so much. Listen,
They try to be
there are
everything.
there are games that can genuinely pull off 100+ hours of content. Baldur's Gate 3, great example. Fallout
Oh,
4,
Baldur's Gate
you
3.
know, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. Those are old games. So I'm saying like newer games like Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring. I know
Elden
people have
Ring, God of War,
El-
Ragnarok.
God of Ring. You know what I'm saying? Like there are games that genuinely have what it takes to have hundreds of hours of content. But my problem is every game now tries to be that, and to me, like it doesn't work. It doesn't work with every game. There's nothing
Some
fucking
games need
wrong.
to just be a 6 to 8 hour fucking was it the game we played, the co-op game, It Takes Two. Fucking phenomenal. A 10 hour fucking masterpiece game. It is such a
It won
fun,
Game
great
of the
game.
Year,
It
and we were
won
like,
game of the
really?
year.
And we
Yeah,
played
I
it,
was like, oh
and then we're
shit.
like, yeah, they cooked with that shit.
This shit
A
is
Way Out,
crazy. A
same
Way Out,
thing,
phenomenal. Again, one of the
same thing. There's
best gaming experiences. A Way Out.
yeah, because it's a co-op game. Remember what it was like to play co-op games? Most games aren't even made to be co-op games. That's like one of the few companies that actually are doing
I'm
that.
so hyped. Whatever they release next, I'm hyped. I don't care what it is.
Getting that
We're
shit, they
playing it.
fucking won. There are
Yeah.
other companies that have tried it, like the fuck, what's it called? The Dark Pictures
Dark
fucking anthology.
Man of Medan. The
The
g-
Dark Pictures anthology is
the
what it's
people that
called.
made Dawn of
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. Those guys.
Yeah, yeah. They have tried that, but there's been more flops than hits. We've played one. We played two. One was genuine trash, and the other one was decent. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Man of Medan was the trash one.
And
It
then the
played
other
so
one
bad.
was like, I forget what it's called. Again, it's not memorable, but like it's
That's it.
still
That's
good.
what is it? Da-
House of Sand or some shit, or House of
House of
Dust.
Ashes.
House of Ashes.
House
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Ashes. House of Ashes.
It was good, but
Yeah.
like to me, like the premise was way better. Like I don't know who the fuck wrote the first two. The first one was like some weird, trippy boss.
The premise of the second one was definitely a Love, Death, and Robots episode. It was literally a
Yeah,
Love, Death, and Robots episode. The premise of the first one was psychedelic
ship
psychosis.
horror,
Yeah,
like
like it's
yeah,
like
like abandoned, like your pirates
it
take you to a
was
ship. Yeah,
almost Ghost, but then it no again no the plot twist it was psychedelics. The thing was like it was a ghost ship, but no, it was literally just filled with like tear
which I feel
gas
like
or
is
some
even
shit.
lame.
It was
Which
lame.
is
It was
way
lame.
lame because
Yeah,
it would have been way cooler if it was a ghost ship. I don't know why, but like that to me
100%.
is cool. Like, and then we haven't even touched the second one, which looks like the fourth one's like a knockoff Jigsaw. I don't know what the fuck it
No,
is.
no,
The
no.
devil in me.
Yeah, the first one was Man of the Mid Dawn. The second one was a witch, like
Little Town or some
Little
shit. Big
Town.
Trouble in there.
It
Yeah.
was War Adam. Not, what's it called? The guy that
Adam
plays
Warlock. Yeah, that
Adam
plays Adam
Warlock.
Warlock.
The third
Yeah.
one was
The girl from fucking High School Musical's in there. Ashley Tisdale's in there.
yeah, yeah.
She's pretty much like the big, budget actress that they hired for it. But I mean, yeah, again, it was fine.
The
That you
Quarry.
had
The Quarry was the one we didn't play. That's the
I played The Quarry.
you
The
did?
Quarry's
Oh,
it's a single player game.
it is.
But you could play it with two people, but the
Oh,
way it's weird the way you do it. But
yeah.
yeah,
That's ass. What the fuck?
it was not even that good though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was genuinely surprised. Like I thought it was gonna be fine, because most choose your own adventure games end up being fine. Like they're fine. You get that satisfaction of like choosing your own adventure. Like
Yeah.
okay, whatever. But no, it's ass. Like
Oh,
it genuinely like
the Devil in Me was the other one we didn't play. So
the
we only
fourth
played
one.
two.
Yeah,
Yeah, we only played
yeah, yeah,
two.
yeah.
And I heard absolutely nothing about the Devil in Me, and that's the
Which to
Jigsaw
be fair
Saw
though,
shit.
to be fair, we haven't heard anything about any of these games. Like they're very low key games.
Yeah,
Like
I guess so. Which is I thought they were big. I don't know. I guess I really, oh yeah. Until Dawn's big. These aren't.
Until Dawn had a way better, but you could tell the budget was way better with Until
Yeah.
Dawn though. The budget with fucking the first one was dog shit. I don't know why I was gaslighting myself with
You
thinking, oh, it's
replayed.
fine.
You replayed. Or you going to replay the remake because they're doing a remastered for some reason. Even
Until Dawn?
yeah, they're doing a remastered.
Probably not. Honestly, like,
Yeah, there's no point.
to me the story is mid. Like Until Dawn. I guess I shouldn't be shocked. Until Dawn's a pretty mid game.
I always thought so too, but people really love it.
Okay, because it's weird because it goes from being like some serial killers hunting you to just
Windigoons or some shit.
the
Yeah,
biggest left turn you've ever seen in a story. It goes straight from fucking horror, like oh serial killer and traps and like he's hunting you. Like it goes from a slasher to some weird Wendigo fucking mythology. Fucking oh this mountain's cursed, this and that.
yeah.
Like
It's like
if it would
odd.
have just chose either one, I would have liked it. But it was two completely different scripts that I felt like got merged into one. In my opinion, that's what it felt like when you were playing it. Because I fuck with Wendigo shit. I fuck with like that, like the creature of the Wendigo and
Oh
like the
yeah,
story behind
cryptids.
it.
Like we definitely gotta do an episode dedicated to cryptids. Like that's like a rabbit hole. Those things
Yeah.
go Wendigos, the Jersey Devil, fucking Mothman.
But to me, like that's cool. I fuck
It
with that.
is. Oh yeah.
I was a kid watching the lost tapes of like the Wendigos and the you remember that's a
Yeah,
nostalgia bomb for those who know
that's
Animal
crazy.
Planet, the lost tapes. That shit creeped me the fuck out as a kid. That was back when TV shows were good. And don't even get me started on TV shows now. I mean, most
Oh.
of them are. When I say Fallout, when I'm raving about it, it's because that's the last genuine good show I've watched
I'll say the last
since
5 years
House
TV
of.
show like House of Dragon's phenomenal. I mean, Last of Us is phenomenal. Uh, Again, Fallout's phenomenal. The Boys, I got a love hate relationship with The Boys if I'm being honest. But
Genuinely,
TV
listen.
shows have been good.
Same thing I want to say about
Invincible
Fallout.
apparently it's been good.
Same thing I want to say about Fallout. The Boys, genuinely a funny show.
Oh yeah, genuinely funny as fuck.
Fallout is genuinely hilarious. It's my type of humor, the darker kind of humor. That's my kind of humor. That's why I think it's hilarious. Same thing with The Boys. If that's not your humor, if you like Adam Sandler fart jokes and shit, then you're not gonna fucking like these. But to me, like Fallout's hilarious. The Boys is genuinely hilarious. Like I guess that's why I like The Boys because it does make me laugh every episode and every season.
Yeah,
Does get really good laughs out
they
of me.
just be fumbling uh I'll say what every season finale just gets worse each season in my opinion. I'm not gonna
I mean
spoil
that's
anything, but I'm
that's
just saying
valid.
each season, each one gets just like why? And I honestly didn't like the last one. Did you?
Most of it I liked. Again, here's what I'll say about The Boys. Right, it's the giant like a roller coaster. Right,
Yeah.
you're building up. Imagine you're going up a roller coaster, and then it's like you're expecting this huge fucking drop, this huge payoff, and then it just goes, ba-doom. Like that's literally that's to me is like
Yeah, yeah.
every season of The Boys kind of feels that way.
Because it has to be because they're never planning on really ending it. It's a
Well,
long
season
ass
five got greenlit,
exactly,
so
and what season 4 hasn't even come out yet. So it's
yeah.
like it comes also off the back of a long ass running comic book, which is ass apparently compared to the TV show. But it's like they're not ever planning on ending it. So none of the main characters they kind of have plot armor. Let's be honest, they kind of got plot armor. They're gonna be season 8 to season 9. I can see it going till. So like
The thing about this is
it's
like
like
The Walking Dead to me, like I don't want it to be like The Walking Dead. To me, The Walking Dead was genuinely an okay show up until like season six, seven. Again, six, seven. Like I feel like the G spot, the Goldilocks zone for shows is 5 seasons.
I ended when the Negan about when all that shit happened. Probably a couple episodes, like 5 or 6
Which to me
episodes later,
sucks
I
because
stopped.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan killed Negan. Like he
You think
killed it
so?
as the. I feel like he genuinely was
Yeah,
the
he was
best
good.
part of the. He was the best part of that half of the show cycle. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but then
Like
they made him like an anti-hero. Then now he has a show with Maggie.
yeah,
Like what?
yeah. That's the Walking Dead
Like,
feud. It's plot armor. It's
oh, it's
spin-offs.
fucking
Spin up.
ridiculous.
Did I hear spin-offs? Did I hear spin-offs? Fucking Vin Diesel. No, it's spin-offs? Oh, don't get me started.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's just
gosh.
like that's all it is now is get a good IP,
I
spin-offs.
mean, we do live in the age of franchises. That's all it is nowadays. Planet of
Yeah, I
the
mean,
Apes came out with another one. They're greenlit for what, 5 more? They want to make it a 9 movie. Yeah, yeah.
Jesus fucking
So
Christ.
they made so it's gonna be 3 movies. The three first with Caesar. Now this one is kicking off 2 more movies, and then I guess the next trilogy is gonna be about another group of apes. But yeah, they're
Listen,
planning
I
on
haven't watched
five
it.
more.
I haven't watched it, but the Caesar trilogy was really good. I liked it.
I will say, okay, hold on. What's the new one called? Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, right?
Yeah, Kingdom of the Planet. That sounds right. Yeah, yeah. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I think.
I like it. It's decent. Dare I say, low key, like might be like the second best one because I saw it the other day. I like it. I like it. It's
I don't
good.
think that's that hard to understand. I mean, I don't think that's that wild of a take. Because to me, like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the best one. That is like
Second one, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that is to me like one of the best. Like you think of what's gonna happen and left turn. Like
Yeah.
to me, like that to me is like Avatar. If Avatar was like better, well written. Like the concept of it is very Avatar like, but it takes a huge left turn and has some of the best acting from Toby. I think his name's like Toby something. The guy who plays Koba. Koba is like one of the best
Yeah,
villain
Cole.
characters because he was in the first Planet of the Apes movie,
I
and
forgot. See, I have to rewatch the first one. I gotta rewatch the
he's
first
in
one.
the second one, and he's in well, I don't want to. He's in the third one. He's in
Yeah.
all three of the originals. He's the best villain, and you don't even think he's a villain until the second one. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's
Toby
kind of
Kibble. He's the guy that was in that one Black Mirror episode where the memories where he was looking through his fucking eye memory. If you
yeah,
guys
yeah, yeah.
if anyone has ever watched that shit. He was
But
also Doctor Doom in the fucking Fantastic Four movie,
that shitty movie, yeah.
2015.
Andy Serkis to me, the best motion
Well,
capture
yeah, obviously
actor ever.
Gollum. Oh my
Yeah,
god, Gollum.
Caesar killed it.
Caesar.
When
No.
Caesar fucking speaks, you feel the weight of that shit. Which to me is like it could not work with any other actor but Andy
Yeah,
Serkis.
but the new one, yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, same. It looks as good, if not. That's the thing, right? With Avatar 2, it looked phenomenal, but at the same time, it's like you are on an alien planet. But when you're looking at these apes, I like, oh, those are monkeys. Like I'm just looking at apes. Like those are
That to
genuine
me,
apes. Like
that
it
to me
is
is what's
crazy
gotten
how good it looks.
that's gotten better throughout each movie. I feel like Rise of the
Yeah,
Planet of the Apes, the CGI is a bit dated,
like
but
yeah, obviously it's
Dawn,
2011.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and Four, these are fucking real things. Like these are
Yeah,
real. Like you cannot convince me they
yeah,
didn't get a
War of the
fucking
Planet of
real
the
ape.
Apes and the Kingdom. Yeah,
War of the Planet of the Apes to me is like
what a
I'm I,
wonderful day. Yo,
dare
the main villain is pretty good in it too.
dare do I say War of the Planet of the Apes might be my least favorite? Is that a hot take? Because to me, like
No,
they're all good. Let me just say
it's
that right now. They're all good.
it's
But
not.
my kind of movie from what I wanted, a slow burn fucking slave camp movie
That's what I'm
with a
saying.
finale
It wasn't much of a
War
war.
of the Planet of
Yeah.
the Apes. Like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is my favorite because it's the most batshit like it's fun. It has good character work, it's got great action set pieces. It's got a really good story. This one is kind of like a, 12, like it's like to me it's like a
Again, it's
slave
not
it's
much. It's not much of a war.
Passion of the Christ ape movie. Like it's
Yeah, it
like
was more of a
Schindler's List fucking it's
yeah.
it's
So also
Schindler ape
a
like
labor force like a labor camp. The movie. It was
they
kind
do
of
nail the
that.
last 30 minutes, which I
Yeah,
will
it was
say, but
good.
it's also one of the longer ones and the first it's
That's the thing. It wasn't a. Maybe it should have been called like battle because there was a battle at the end of the movie, but there wasn't really a war going on. But the ending was good. It was. It was.
say
It's
the
a good
last
trilogy. I'd rewatch. I'd
to
rewatch it again.
yeah, I'd be watching too. Honestly, like I'm talking shit about it, but to me, like all the movies are good. Baseline, like they're all good.
But
I think James Franco in the first one is what sold me on because I liked James Franco at the time. Like, all right, Spider Man, like he's the reason I watched it, but I ended up staying for. It's so weird watching the first one and then knowing where Caesar ended because Caesar is a true side character in the first one,
yeah,
and then he is the main character. Go from there on forth. Even though there are human stories and ape stories, it is Caesar from the first, the very end when he's, the touching of the heads, like, Caesar is home.
yeah.
To me is like,
But that's what I
it's
fuck with what they did with how Caesar turned out or his ideologies turned out in this movie because Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is like it said many generations later, but I looked it up. It said it's about 200 years later. So after
funny because
the
that's kind of like it's Caesar's kind of like the actual Caesar in that case of like
no,
Roman,
no,
like
no, no, no,
Julius
no, no.
Caesar.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the main villain in this movie, his name is literally Proximus Caesar. Like he's like it's like he runs the group of apes as if he's like a Roman general. So it's like they kind of morphed Caesar's ideology into okay, well, we have to kill every single human now because we are apes together strong. Because that's what Caesar always said, like apes together strong. They say
Yes.
that, but they take it as in okay, we have to wipe out every single human now. So like,
Isn't that funny though? Like they're kind of like doing like a take on like how ideologies passed throughout the generations can
yeah,
turn
it
from very good to
corrupts.
very evil and
Yeah.
sour. Like to me, like that's kind of what Fallout did really well with the Brotherhood of Steel. That I feel like that's what Planet of the Apes did, obviously
But I
with
really
Caesar.
hope the next every single villain has the name Caesar because that's how like the Romans do it. Because like Proximus, like again, his name is Proximus Caesar, and like other like other whatchamacallit, they whatever they used to call back in the Roman times. They used to call each other that shit, or like rename each other that shit.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I mean, for me, it just shocks me how like I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I'll probably see it because I do like the Planet of the Apes movies, and to me, it's weird because like
It's fun. It's a really fun movie. It's good.
they're all fun. I feel like they're all. I guess War for the Planet of the Apes is like the most. But when you look at the director of it, it's you kind of. I mean, I'm shocked like because
Yeah, it's
War for the
the
Planet of the
West. Was it West Ball? He is the director of. He did the Blade Runner movies. He did all three Blade Maze Runner movies. I mean, he did the Maze
the
Runner movies.
War for the Planet of the Apes is Matt Reeves.
Oh, I was talking about King. Okay, which one? I'm talking about
Oh,
Kingdom.
King. Okay,
Kingdom.
my
The,
bad, my
the
bad.
newest one is directed by the Maze Runner director. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about. I said the reason why War for the Planet of the Apes to me was
Oh, that one.
like the least fun time because it's more of a slow burn, but it's no shock. It's Matt Reeves. I mean,
He did
he's
Children of
always
Man.
slow burn. No. Matt Reeves did Batman. I
Oh,
mean,
he
he
did
did
Batman. Yeah, no,
Batman.
he did Batman, but he also did. Did he not do?
No, he didn't do Children of Men. He did Let Me In,
Let
the
Me In.
vampire
Oh,
one.
yeah, the remake, right?
But it was funny because he also did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. He did the really good one, the best
Yeah.
one in my opinion. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm not
Cloverfield
hating.
as well. That was good.
That was also J.J. Abrams though. I mean, that's like
Yeah. Let Me In was really well. Yeah, Let Me In. He's
he also did Cloverfield Lane, which to me is super underrated. I feel like that's probably one of my favorite ones.
that's the
John Goodman.
John Goodman with a bunker, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. That was a good one. That twist was kind of funny. It's like okay, the
but
twist that it wasn't a twist. Like all right, cool.
to me that kind of like killed it for me.
Yeah,
Like that, even though
honestly.
like I liked the movie up until that point, I thought it was kind of cool. Like oh, like what is it? I
Is he
feel like it
actually
would have been
lying? Is he actually crazy? No, he was
to
actually
me
right.
to me that would have been way cooler if we never found out.
Yeah.
Those kind of movies, those questions are better left unanswered in my opinion. Um, like again, like for example, like Inception, the simple is the top spinning. Like it's better left not knowing, to me at least. Like those
I
kind
mean,
of questions.
some movies are definitely would have worked better with open endings.
Let's talk about an ending that we know is coming. Last of Us season 2 is greenlit. The set photos are out.
Pedro Pascal himself posted a picture of him, Joel with long hair. Man, it's they're gonna do it. They're going to do exactly what they did in the
My
fucking
guy,
part
the
two.
best fucking meme. They already showed the set of one of the houses. The fucking Walter White in the background.
Yeah.
Don't go in. Don't go in that house, Joel. It looks just like it.
Oh
To me,
my
it's
god,
like
I cannot, bro. Like at this point, it's like honestly, I'm not gonna lie. A couple months ago, I woke up one day and just finally accepted it. Like it's like you know what? I always never accepted that part two happened. I always in my head, it's like you know what? It ended in part one. That's good with me. But now that like
can't do it,
I
baby.
can't do it.
Sequels.
They can't do it. We gotta reimagine it. I wanted them to do it at a different pacing on how the second one's going, but it really seems like they're doing the exact same structure on how the second game went.
That's what
And
I'll say.
I'm like, the pacing on the second game was not good. I'll stand by
First,
that fact.
listen. First of all, let's listen. Last of Us, the game, 10 out of 10. The first one, 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
The
it's
sequel
top three
is
games of
like
all time.
they re-released it by the way, part one and part two on
Yeah, I
PS5.
recently played part one this year, and again, one fucking phenomenal.
To me, like part one, if you have not played, listen, look at me. If you have not played Last of Us, PS5 Last of Us Part One is the best version of the game because they pretty much have two remasters at this point. But that is like it's like a remake almost
It's
at that point. 'Cause they use the same engine
yeah,
as the Last of Us Two.
part one is how I remembered it looking on the PS4, but then I looked how it looked on the PS4. I'm like, yikes, that shit does
Yeah,
not
the
look that
graphics
good.
were mad
That
fucking
shit does
dated.
not look that good.
They the Naughty Dog engine, which is like top hree game
Oh,
engines at this
fucking
point.
phenomenal.
They pretty much remade it, and it's amazing. But Last of Us Part Two is a very divisive game. You have some people that are like, it's fine. Some people that fucking genuinely hate it.
I'm gonna be real with you, right? The people that genuinely love it and say it's better than the first game are always the ones that say that's the first game they played. They haven't played because they like recently got a PS5, so they played part 2 first, then they played part 1. And they always say, "Oh, I loved part 2. It's so good." And shit like that, but it's like, all right.
That's very interesting. I've never
Yeah,
thought of it like that. Like
I'm
playing
telling you.
part 1, part 2 first and seeing I guess
I'm telling you, like if someone genuinely loves it, ask them if they played the first one first or the second one first. They usually
yeah,
played the
I've never
second one
thought of it
first.
that way. Yeah, if you played part 2 first, I guess it does kind of work because you
Because
have
there's no
no
attention.
connection.
Yeah, no
You have no
attention. Yeah.
connection to any of these characters, so like why would you care that Joel dies? Spoiler alert, but like game's been out for a long
Oh,
time.
yikes, no.
It's
Oh,
inevitable,
you see the
but
background right there? Yeah, my little.
yeah.
I was hyped again. I'm a fan. I was hyped for it. I was
I
hyped.
wish we could like insert the clip your reaction to Joel dying because
I might. I'm honestly.
I saw the leaks. I'll say it right now. I saw the leaks. The leaks
I
killed
did
it for me.
I
He never saw the leaks.
didn't
He
saw the
genuinely had to watch Joel fucking die. I knew he was gonna die. I didn't know how he was gonna
honestly.
die. So
I
when he
still
did
have
die,
the clip. I might insert it in the. I might insert it. Yeah, that I have the
to
fucking
me,
clip.
it's top 10. What the
Bro,
fuck did you do moments.
my heart fucking. Ugh, my heart shattered. That shit was.
Yeah, man, it was tough, and it
tough.
definitely seems like they're going that route with the show. But listen, the games itself are divisive. But let's talk about the shows. The shows, season 1,
Was
really good.
It was no, I loved it. Like I genuinely like that was a genuinely I loved it. It was so good.
Granted, it's copying a 10 out of 10 game. So how bad can you fumble it? You know
But
what I mean?
the changes they did, I feel like made the show like which makes me the changes of what they did from the game is what makes me love the show more. Like makes me like are my favorite parts of the show if that makes sense. Like
Listen,
see episode
I agree
3,
with that.
nothing to do with the game. I fucking love that shit. Like one of the best TV shows fucking episodes I've
Shit,
ever watched.
dude.
See episode 3,
The
Frank
the
and
Bill
Bill.
episode?
Yeah,
that's
Frank and Bill.
that's
Bro,
that's tough.
top 10 like TV shows fucking of all episodes of all time. Like
If
it
you
is
you don't even have to
crazy.
watch the show. Just watch that episode. It has no
Yeah.
attachment to the rest of the show. That to me is like
And how they changed the cult guy, how he tried to indoctrinate Ellie, the cannibal. Like they made
the
him into
cannibal.
a cult leader. Like all the changes. Troy Baker be like it's like all the changes they did in
listen.
the show. I loved.
Let's just. We've had a podcast where we've dogged the casting of this show, because to me, I still stand on it. It's not accurate at all to the game, but what I will say is, yeah, it was good acting. They killed it. Like I can't
She
sit
is
here.
Ellie. She is Ellie,
I-
in my opinion.
And to
She
me though,
embodies her.
Pedro Pascal leaves a lot to be desired with Joel. I will stand on that.
He's a
to
good
me,
actor.
like he's a good actor, but like he is kind
I'll
of just
say-
playing the Mandalorian a little bit for most of the show.
For the beginning half of the show, he did play the man. That's also one thing I feel annoying. If they're going the way they're going, he's gonna be out pretty soon in season 2, so we're not gonna see much of him. And I feel
What
like
I will say,
we
though,
got the better half. The episode where he talks to his brother Tommy, saying, "Oh, I didn't hear her coming. I didn't hear him coming. Like I wasn't strong enough." Like that
to me
shit,
that
he sold it.
that
for me.
wasn't in the game.
It wasn't.
That
in the
wasn't
game.
in the game.
Yeah.
Joel always felt like he's got this. I got this. Like
Again,
whatever
all my
comes my
favorite
way, like, I
parts
can
about the
handle it.
show added in. So it's like,
yeah,
that's why
which
I love
again
it.
is like the show actually shows layers to Joel, because like they killed the first episode. Like the first episode of like the outbreak, like they nailed that.
Oh, Sarah,
like-
like that was literally dedicated to Sarah. That shit was so good.
Yeah.
Again,
And
if
to me,
you
it's
know
like
nothing about the game, you know how fucking batshit crazy that is. Knowing nothing about the game, like it's
to me, like that's one of these very few game like that are adapted to shows or movies that you don't even have to play the game. You can
No.
just watch. You can just watch this, and you'll probably think it's a masterpiece.
I mean, same
because,
thing
yeah,
with Fallout. You could just watch the show, but
Yeah,
enjoy.
I agree.
Well, I do think Fallout you would enjoy more if you know stuff about the game. I will say that.
If
But
not for nothing,
this-
vice versa. Play
yeah.
the game first, watch the show first, watch
it
the show
doesn't
first, play the
matter.
game.
It doesn't matter.
Like it works hand in
Yeah.
hand. To me though, if you walked into this blind watching the show, you've got your 8 hours worth, or however long the show ends up running out to be. Because to me, I felt like the casting was perfect. I felt like in
Last
terms of
of
the
Us
acting,
or
the acting
Follows?
of Last of Us, I feel like the
Yeah,
acting ended up
acting,
being
perfect.
fine. It ended up being good. It ended up being really good. I'll eat my words on fucking what's her face as Ellie. I didn't think she could pull it off, but damn it, and for a little bit she wasn't. I'm not gonna sit here. I feel like the show progressively gets way better. The first I would say episode 2 to me is like the worst one, just because it's the one where
Yeah.
like it's just pure setup.
Yeah.
Then Bill happens, and then then therefore it's just
After
it's
3, the episode does nothing but get better and better after 3.
what they
Like I
did with
said, yeah.
Sam and Henry to me was a master. Like they made making Sam a deaf kid to me was
And way
like
younger than Ellie as well.
and mute
Yeah.
and a mute, like doesn't talk, and he's like a fucking kid. He's like 9 years old, not the same age as Ellie at all. To me, like if you played the games, that payoff with Sam and Henry, that oh, holy shit moment that is in the game, I'm not gonna even spoil it here. It is really fucking well done in the show. I would argue it's better in the show than it is in the fucking game, just because the sheer innocence of Sam compared to the actual game,
Yeah,
the development
definitely.
you get with him, the attachment you get to Henry. I mean, that's what Last of Us always did really well. It was
Because that's the thing.
well-written characters.
The show just expanded on already great side characters from the game. They made Frank, because Frank in the game, he was a name. That's all he was. He was a name. Bill was just a meat, like he was kind of the same in the show, but again more expanded. Frank was a character. Who else? I feel like they added what they did with Tommy was really good too.
Yeah.
It's like the
One
actor that
fumble,
loved Tommy. I really hope Tommy gets to shine in season 2. I really hope he gets
one
to shine.
fumble they did have though, in my opinion, was they what's the term? They expanded upon that Pittsburgh group too much for me. I don't feel like what made it good in the games that you really knew nothing about them. They're pretty much just this bad group, this evil group that's fucking killing people. And then they got like
They tried to be all. I guess they tried to humanize them.
yeah, which to me, no, you don't humanize this group. If you played the game, that Pittsburgh group is evil. They are hunters. They
that's
hunt
the thing,
people
right?
and
Yeah.
kill them.
Yeah, they literally had like shoes and rooms full of clothes of just all the people they passed through that they killed.
Hundreds of
Yeah,
backpacks,
hundreds
like
and
yeah,
hundreds.
they
So it's
kill
like,
people.
why
And in this
humanize
fucking
them? But,
show, they try to make them like the leaders, like
yeah.
this third grade fucking substitute teacher, fucking oh yeah, I'm a very intelligent leader. Yeah, he kills the only fucking doctor. Yeah, I'm a very smart leader. Like
Yeah, that's
to me, that's. But they did make up for it because that group gets what's coming to them, and it's very, very satisfying.
Funny enough,
very,
the second in command guy with her was Tommy. He played
Yeah.
Tommy in the game.
he plays Tommy.
But
in
yeah,
the
they
games.
definitely get what's coming to him. The bloater scene, every time the bloater shows up in the show, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
they
I
do
mean-
the bloater so good. Cause again, practical. It's practical. So
We're raving about the show. I would give it a 9, a strong 9. I can't really give it a 10 just because those fumbles of like what they went through and like some of the missteps. But to me, like it's great as a show. Like if you haven't watched it yet, watch it. Season 2 though, it's clear what they're gonna do.
it's going to go.
They're gonna
the
kill
same
Joel.
way.
They're
Yeah.
gonna kill Joel. That's like one of the most like memes things. So I don't feel bad about spoiling that.
I mean,
but,
the
like,
golf club.
Abby's gonna kill Joel. But what's so funny, and this is like,
Oh,
I'm pissed about this. You know who they casted as Abby? Who I said
well, the number
should have been,
the number 1 fan cast for Ellie.
which to me is
Yeah,
like,
it's hilarious. So they knew
that's
about
kind of
her.
a middle finger. That's
They
kind of a
knew her.
middle
Yeah, they
finger.
knew. It's like, yeah, we knew of her, but we getting cast her as Abby, not her.
If we
Ellie.
can, like, post a picture of her, she looks just like Ellie, to me. Like the side by side comparison is really there.
Yeah,
I think.
But now when I
what
look
bothers
her
me,
up, it's just her besides Abby, and I could see Abby too. That's all. Like her, how she looks now. I guess now that she's older, she does look like Abby. I can see it.
she's not gonna be a muscle chick though. That's definitely not gonna be part of the game.
How do you know?
Part of the show.
Yeah, shit. She might have been fucking. She might have bulked up. You never know. Taking
Like,
that
that's
creatine.
impossible. No girl can look like that without massive amounts of fucking. They're not gonna pump a girl up with steroids to look like that. That's a guy.
Shit.
That is a guy body with a girl head. Abby. That's to me is like one of the most memeable things about Abby, is that. Well, this is what's funny, and this is what I feel like. I don't know if it's the part 2 remake, but I feel like her muscle was toned down. I don't feel like she's as muscular in the remake as she was in the original release of part 2,
No,
which
I
makes
see
me
the
wonder.
remake, and yeah, they scaled her down. They scaled her down.
I thought it was like a Mandela effect. Like, was she really that muscular?
No.
They did scale it down. Like,
Yeah.
she's not as jacked, freaking.
But I mean, it looks better. I would say, like, it looks more realistic and it looks better.
Yeah, but
you know?
let me just clarify. There's nothing wrong with a fucking muscular woman in a game.
A
which
little
is something
fucking
that
muscle mommy.
Neil Druckmann himself was like defending that on Twitter, like you guys just hate muscular women. Like that's not what the fuck we're doing. It's just like, first of all, they hated Abby because she killed Joel. Let's just get that out the way. There was no fucking hate for Abby because, oh, she's a muscular, this and that. Like that whole fucking weird label they were trying to do with like the transgender character in the game. Like they're trying to put all these weird labels on these haters. But like,
I
to me,
thought,
like if you
what's her name? What's that?
Lev,
Lev. Yeah,
Lev,
Lev is the
one
yeah.
of the better characters in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, Lev is
Like,
really
and
good. I can't. I mean, they're obviously gonna make a fucking Last of Us Part 3, even though they try to be all secretive. Like they're obviously making a Part 3, so Lev is definitely gonna show up
that's
again.
what I
So
will
I'm
say though.
excited for
For me,
him.
part one is a very point A to point B story. Part
Yeah,
two is all over the place. I don't know how
no,
they're gonna pull this off on a show.
but that's the problem. It's the pacing of the game is breakneck. It is not good at all. Pacing. I really wanted the show to have introduced Abby and make the people like Abby, then have Abby do the fucking most horrible thing. Why
Let's
would you
just say
introduce a character with the most? Why would you like it's like introducing a character, grabbing a bag of kittens and beating them to death, and then spending the next 28 hours trying to get us to like the character again. You're not gonna have that to happen. I'm sorry. Like
what I will
Abby's an
say is
interesting
this.
character, but I don't give a fuck about the bitch. I don't know.
Here's what sucks is I actually do think, and I'll stand on this. I said this in our review that we did way back in the day when we were just fucking mad at this game. I will stand on this. Abby is a well written character. The problem with it is the pacing of her story is not well written.
No.
I think that her as a character is well written, but the way the author himself wrote her to do shit is not good. But I think good actress, W casting in my opinion. I think that
She embodies
maybe
the
we're
character.
we're not we can't see the future. Maybe they do that. Maybe they end the season with killing Joel.
Because
We don't know.
they're saying they're splitting part two into 2 seasons. They already
Which
say that.
if
So
which
then
if
why are
that
they why the season finale of part two should be him dying? That
but
should be
that
the
might
end.
that might be though. We don't know.
It
We're
could
not
be. It
we
could
we
be.
can't see the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, we can't see the future.
If they do that, that's fucking that's a W.
But I
Because
don't
like
know.
to
Pedro
me like
Pascal
that's
already fucking posting a picture of him with long hair as Joel, talking about. Have you seen his caption? Man, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna fucking do the same thing the game did.
which to me might work because let's be
Yeah,
honest.
I
like,
swear. Like he literally said, I swear.
part two is a long fucking game. Like it's a 20 plus hour game. It covers so much shit between her and Abby. It makes me wonder, and I'm very nervous about this. Are they just gonna do what they did with the game? Season two, Ellie, season three, Abby. Are they gonna end the season two cliffhanger with that scene where Abby and Ellie finally meet again at the theater? So
Uh,
they could do that. That's how they could end it. They could end it with that moment with
but
her,
that's
Abby
again.
finally catch. But I don't feel like that works
No,
in a
exactly.
TV show.
The way again, speaking of the new shit the show added and the way that they changed the show spaced, it makes no sense that they're going to follow the way the game follows. No, they're definitely going to change it up for a better way. Again, it's
Yeah.
the Chernobyl writer. He's still writing for them, so it's like he knows what he's doing. I got faith in him. I don't know. This first season it was good. Again, everything they added was really good.
And the reason I had faith in the first season was because the writer for Chernobyl.
Exactly.
Let's get his name. I hate saying
Shit.
fucking the Chernobyl writer, but yeah, to me like Neil Druckmann is the writer of Last of Us 1 and 2, the games, but the actual show is written by here. Let's get it. It's written by Craig Mazin, which is the guy who did Chernobyl.
Okay, Craig Mason.
And to me, like he's got his finger on the pulse of what the fans want, and I feel like to me he embodies kind of the voice of the voiceless, if you could even say that. One thing though he did say, and I'm just gonna throw this out here.
What?
At the end of every episode, there's like a little like behind the scenes, the directors are talking this and that.
Oh yeah.
He did say some weird shit
HBO
about
does that.
Ellie and fucking Joel, which didn't go
Oh,
anywhere.
wait,
Thank
wait.
God.
Yeah,
Thank
he
God.
did. What was it again? Please tell
She
me
felt
I recall.
enabled, enabled by Joel. What the? What the? It's already weird when the fucking main actress Bella Ramsey is posting shit like, "Oh, my Pedro."
Oh yeah, she loves him.
Oh my
she
Pedro.
Said my
Oh,
Pedro. She said my Pedro.
I love you,
I
Pedro.
miss you.
I'll miss you so much. Like, there's probably like this weird like shit with them, which is by far. Let me just get this out. It's 100% her. It's not Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
Pedro Pascal is like
obviously. He's a
one of the
50-year-old
most
man.
well-liked
Yeah.
fucking people on the internet right now. But that shit was weird. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. I hope they just. That's just one weird moment. I don't know why he said that, but she felt enabled by him beating that soldier. Like, what the fuck you on about? But anyway, that was episode 2. The show ended up being good
Oh
after
no no no
that.
no no! She felt was it enabled? No, stimulated or like exert. Like it was something like when Joel was beating the fuck out the soldier when they just got out the fucking Boston, and she was like staring, and he was talking about her Ellie staring at Joel, and she felt enamored by him or some shit like that. Him like the violence he was giving out was like enthralling to her. Some weird shit like that. I was like, what the fuck?
Also, bonus thing, season 1 finally gives us why Ellie's immune, which we didn't really need, but it is cool to kind of
Oh yeah,
see.
the voice act.
Ellie's
Yeah.
Ellie's mom is played by Ashley Johnson, and Troy Baker is in there somewhere. He's in there in the cult.
He's a cult second in command leader.
Yeah,
He was also good. I really liked
which
his
to me is
character
like
as
it's really
well.
cool to see like Tommy, Joel, and Ellie all in the game,
Wait,
all from
also,
the game.
you're forgetting Marlene too.
Yeah, Marlene plays herself, which is
Exactly.
crazy.
That's the only character, right? That plays
Yeah,
herself,
only character that plays
and
herself.
it's dope. She's really good.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I think season
obviously.
2, it's left to be determined because the game itself is very divisive. We knew season
Again,
1 was going to be good because the
there's no
story
way.
is good.
There's no way season two is going to be the same paced as season season
Let me say this right
as
now.
the
I
game.
don't think it's
It's
going to be
not.
shit, but we kind of know what's coming, so maybe that's why there's no like hatred because it's not going to hit us that hard because we kind of know it's coming. As gamers, if you're not a gamer and you're watching it, yeah, I could see that like pissing you off maybe. Or,
Mm.
very Game of Thronesy like with the,
Oh, yeah,
Ned
obviously, very
Stark.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, yeah, very, very
It might work
that.
for a TV show. I don't know. I feel like his death works better for a TV show than it does a fucking game. Maybe that's just me. Hot take, but like I feel like it could work better with the show. But either way, like I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Last of Us season 2,
I'm excited for Game of
which
Thrones season two. House of Dragon season two.
the trailer by the way dropped. Did you watch
Yesterday,
that?
I haven't watched it yet. I still need to watch that shit.
Yeah, we should
We
watch
could do
that.
like a trailer reaction. I also like I got more more than a podcast. I want us to do like movie nights too. Sometime we can like do that. I got a whole lot planned for this episode. Damn, that's already about an hour in. You want to wrap?
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. I mean, honestly, as
All
the
right.
first episode goes, like I feel like this is great.
Yeah, it's decent. As good as it could have
We
went.
have a lot. This obviously gives us a lot more freedom doing this
Oh
in this
yeah,
way
100%.
because obviously like the inconvenience of meeting up at the same time, meeting up at the same place.
Getting guests, especially, it's
Getting
impossible.
a guest
Yeah.
is like we have 1 or 2 guests in our time. Now it's way easier. Through Discord we can do that. So yeah, there's a lot more shit we can do now
We're
with
definitely
this
gonna wait
format.
on guests though, because I feel like
Yeah, yeah.
we still have to like have the you guys
Find
get to
our
know
identity more
us,
with
yeah.
ourselves. Yeah.
Get you guys to know more about us and our taste and all that shit.
Also, I mean, if it's video. Like
Yeah.
I can wave at you guys. I can show you my freaking giant Dragon Slayer Berserk sword,
You
which,
know.
is insane. This art piece that Throw got me for my birthday. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course,
It's
of course.
very nice. You can see my insane fragrance collection. Like,
I got
I'll
a
totally nerd out about fragrances if anybody wants that. Because I mean, that's not even the most I have. Way more than that.
got a whole
Um,
collection, but yeah.
I mean, Terrell has his art. I mean,
Obviously, but if you guys made it this far, appreciate it for listening, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.
yeah. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Man, I think we killed.